Hey guys, it's Saturday, so that means it's time for another news dump.
Yeah.
So let's shovel that news snow out of the way
Yeah.
and bring you
some great topics,
This
I
metaphor
guess.
is going nowhere.
Nope.
So anyway, this time of year, right around the holidays, is usually a very slow time for entertainment news. But the Sony Pictures hack has basically exposed an entire entertainment company's internal documents, and it's given us a whole lot of news to dump all over you.
Yeah, and a lot of it is really embarrassing for Sony, like these absolutely hideous and stupid PowerPoint slides that Gawker dug up. This looks like a third grader's book report, not the work of a major multi-million-dollar Hollywood studio. It's ridiculous.
And we get that not everyone's a graphic design wizard, but Comic Sans is unforgivable.
Yeah.
The real tragedy, though, is just how pointless and devoid of information these slides are.
Yeah, like, what the fuck is this? Brands that withstand the test of time. How has your product survived over the years? Overcome adversity. Futuristic products. Physical fitness. Products that can withstand harsh weather / all kinds of conditions.
Those aren't themes. They're not even buzzwords.
Yeah.
They're just words. They're talking about After Earth, by the way, not that it makes any of that make any more sense.
Nope. It's like they have the world's shittiest SEO guy working for them developing this stuff. Then there's this slide on the Smurfs. Turns out Sony did some international research about the movie, and their very scientific results confirmed that 58% of teens described the Smurfs' language as funny, and that teens were most likely to classify the Smurfs as cool. These are teenagers? Wow, times have changed. Guess what? Teens most enjoyed the movie for its comedy and its humor.
Well, it's great research. I'm sure they took this important,
Where are
specific
they finding
information.
these teenagers?
I don't know.
These are the most sheltered teenagers I've ever heard describe
Cool.
anything. Yeah.
Funny.
It's full of comedy. The Smurfs. I love it.
So some of these slides help explain why some movies from Sony totally suck. Like this one for Elysium, which has a big red X next to the words, avoid socio-political themes. Yes, Sony wanted their movie, which was about rich people living on a space resort while poor people live in shacks back on Earth, to avoid socio-political themes.
Great. Okay, and finally, the best PowerPoint slide of all. This one explaining the Goosebumps movie's target audience. Yes, finally we have some insight into who this movie's being made for.
Yeah,
this clearly...
young people and old people.
Yeah.
Great.
That's pretty much it.
Good job, Sony.
Yeah.
But that's not the only Sony leaked news. According to some leaked emails, apparently they're planning on taking two of their most successful franchises and combining them.
What? Okay, sure, maybe that'll work.
Those franchises are the Jump Street movies and Men in Black.
No, that wouldn't work at all. There's no script for this at point. Apparently Jonah Hill is totally on board, writing in an email, Jump Street merging with Men in Black. I think that's clean and rad and powerful. Okay. It looks like Phil Lord and Chris Miller would write and direct it, so hey, it might not be as stupid as it sounds. And that both of those franchises have totally gone off the deep end as far as
Why not just throw Spider-Man in there as well?
Yeah, they're both as ridiculous as they could get, so if they cross paths, who knows?
Sure.
Yeah.
But speaking of movies that sound dumb but might actually be great, you guys want to see a movie about McDonald's?
No, well, too bad, because you're getting one. There's a project in the works called The Founder, which is basically gonna be a social network style movie about Ray Kroc, who bought the little burger chain in the 1950s and turned it into a billion-dollar empire, basically.
Yeah. Kroc's story is interesting because he had like a bunch of different careers as a salesman and musician and a bunch of other stuff before working for Richard and Maurice McDonald and eventually buying them out at the ripe age of 59.
Yeah, he took the McDonald Brothers assembly line approach to food and their system of franchising out locations across the country and basically invented fast food as we know it today by being a really aggressive businessman.
Yeah, The Founder is written by Robert Siegel, who wrote Big Fan. Great movie, real dark. And the script has been described as akin to The Social Network and There Will Be Blood.
In talks to direct is John Lee Hancock, who did Saving Mr. Banks and The Blind Side. I think that this would be good.
Yeah, and it looks like the role of Ray Kroc might be going to Michael Keaton.
All right, yeah, his performance in Birdman, like we've said many times, was probably our favorite of 2014, so consider us interested in this McDonald's movie, yeah.
I'll bite. Well, speaking of our favorite things from 2014, next year's second season of Fargo is going to have an all-new cast and story, and they recently locked down Kirsten Dunst and Jesse Plemons to star in it.
Yeah, Dunst will play Peggy Blomquist, a small-town beautician with big city dreams who's trying to figure out who she really is and what she really wants, as she struggles with traditional societal expectations. She shares her home with her husband Ed, who will be played by Plemons. He's a butcher's assistant who wants to be supportive of his wife's self-discovery, even if he doesn't quite understand it.
So, Season 2 of Fargo is basically a prequel to Season 1, taking place in 1979. It's about a young version of Season 1's Lou Solverson, who recently returned from the Vietnam War. Writer-producer Noah Hawley says he thought he left the war behind, but he came back, and here it is. It's domestic.
Yes. So there's still no specifics at all on what it's going to be about, but we're totally okay with that. Season 1 was full of great surprises, and we loved it. It was my favorite TV show of the year. Season 2 is set to premiere next fall.
So Fargo looks like it's in good hands, unlike Best Buy's Twitter account.
Not in good hands at all.
Probably is run by an intern fresh out of college making $10 an hour.
Yeah, this is oof. Best Buy has recently been featured prominently in the true crime podcast Serial, in which a journalist investigates a murder case that happened in Baltimore in 1999.
A big point of contention in Serial is whether or not there was a payphone at a Baltimore Best Buy location at the time. The case against the guy who was convicted for the murder says he made a call from there after the murder, but many people are saying that there was never a payphone there to begin with.
Yeah. Anyway, for this reason, Best Buy gets mentioned a lot on the show, and I guess they thought it was a good idea to acknowledge it with this idiotic tweet.
We have everything you need. Unless you need a payphone, hashtag Serial.
Yeah, great joke, Best Buy. You know that Serial isn't fiction, right? And that a young girl was actually fucking murdered, possibly in front of one of your stores. Anyways, the replies on Twitter were about what you'd expect.
Yeah. Did they really joke about a detail surrounding a murder where someone may or may not be wrongfully imprisoned?
Literally, someone got killed.
A woman is dead.
Hey guys, you know someone was actually murdered, right?
Someone's getting fired.
And of course, don't you dare fucking delete this. Tell those humorless dicks to fuck off.
Sounds like one of the guys that comments on our videos.
Yeah.
So as you'd expect, Best Buy deleted it pretty quickly and issued an apology for their insensitive attempt at humor. And whoever wrote the tweet was presumably strangled to death and had their body dumped in Leakin Park.
Oh, shit,
I just did it.
Now we're doing
Delete the footage.
Yeah, get rid of this. And we always like to leave you guys with a few videos from around the tubes, and this first one is a trailer for The Suicide Squad.
What?
Yeah, well, it's fan-made, so
okay.
yeah, it's not a big deal, but it's still cool.
Yeah, it's a really, really cool fan-made trailer consisting of footage from a ton of other movies and shows featuring the actors that were all recently confirmed to be in Suicide Squad. There's Jared Leto, Will Smith, Margot Robbie, Tom Hardy, and Cara Delevingne. Alex
Luthor, the guy who made the video, put a ton of work into making this feel like a real trailer for the movie, and looking at his YouTube page, the guy's pumping out fan trailers for all sorts of superhero movies, so definitely check him out.
Yeah, he's putting out like a fan trailer a day.
Damn.
He's just sitting at home, just like
editing all day.
Editing the fuck out of fake movie trailers.
Well, that's our news dump for this week, guys. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you enjoy your weekend, and go see Inherent Vice. That's what our plans are for the weekend.
I'm seeing it tonight.
Yeah. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.